All right, folks. We are back. Hi, how are you? I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com, voiceofruralamerica.com. I thought, well, at 10 o'clock, the Georgia Hour, don't forget the Georgia Hour at 10 o'clock. That's where we discuss basically all things Georgia. If you have something you want to discuss as far as the state of Georgia, the budget, Georgia cannot at any time consider the state legislature consider themselves conservatives. They can't do it. What have we gone up in 4 years? Our state budget's gone up $10 billion. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I'm serious. When you ask why, it's so we can provide the services that citizens require. All right, so I'm your host, BKP. That's at 10 o'clock. Give me number 30. Please come join us at our event here in Fannin County. Now, I thought during the break, Diane, here's what I was thinking for the first two segments. I was thinking, I got to come back in and I got to calm down. I really do. I got to calm down. I can't be all worked up. Number one, my mom's coming to visit. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, my mom's coming to visit. I'm all excited about that. She's going to spend a couple days with us here. So I'm excited about that. And I did not get a haircut. That's the very first thing when she walks through the door. Very first thing. Yep. I didn't get a haircut. So that's going to be a problem. But I thought, you know what? You need to calm down a little bit. So I'm going to calm down.
So your mom's coming to take you to the barbershop?
No. But look, I have to be concerned she doesn't grab up a pair of scissors on her own. She's been known to give a haircut when you need one. Yeah. Trust me. When we were little kids, my mom, we lined up. You go in the bathroom, you get a towel, pin it around your neck, get a haircut. My mom will cut your hair. So anyhow, Diana, I wish you wouldn't have brought that up. So I just want to say this, and then I want to move to something on a lighter note. I've got to try to go on a lighter note. So how many of you know, this cracks me up, they can't take Trump? Give me number 24. How many of you are aware of how Australia, good day, mate, the koala bear, the outback, how many of you know that that's how Australia started? Is England, right? Shipped off their criminals. They got rid of their worst criminals. They sent them to Australia. Trump is floating, emptying our prisons and sending them somewhere else. Let them take care of it. And I guarantee you, if you're in this country and you're thinking about committing a crime and you're going to get deported to some other country's prison, you may think twice. Now, you may think America's prisons are bad, and they're not great places, but in comparison to some of the prisons around the world, you need to keep your America. You want to stay in that prison, get your TV, watch football games, read, get a degree, work out in the farm, play basketball, lift weights, whatever. So Trump is floating. It just drives them nuts. Give me video 2.
A penal colony. Trump pitched the plan, which he said he's submitted for approval, as a cost-saving measure and crime deterrent.
If they've been arrested many, many times, they're repeat offenders by many numbers. I want them out of our country. I also will be seeking permission to do so. We're going to get approval, hopefully, to get them the hell out of our country along with others. Let them be brought to a foreign land and maintained by others for a very small fee, as opposed to be maintained in our jails for massive amounts of money, including the private prison companies that charge us a fortune. Let them be brought out of our country and let them live there for a while. Let's see how they like it. You'll see crime all over the country dry up.
I tell you what, I like the guy. I have to tell you, for those out there that are upset with some things, I get it. Some of the cabinet picks, I get it. But at the end of the day, I just like the guy. You want to stop violent crime? You could be sent to a Turkish prison. We'll make a deal with them. Get you out of here. We'll empty our jails. They can't take the guy. Now, yesterday, give me number 3. Yesterday, let me see here. Yeah, give me 3. Not going to predict how tariffs will affect prices. So the American people, and this is where our lawmakers, they're stressing out because the American people are behind Trump. They're not upset with the things he's proposing, and they're behind him. They're not shocked. Even John Fetterman says the guy campaigned on this. All right. He's popping, right? Trump is popping. So they're down in Florida. They're working on a reconciliation bill. Your lawmakers are down in Florida, the Republican House members, and they're in meeting after meeting trying to work out the border and spending and, what are they going to present first? And this little guy's nerves are just rattled because not going to predict how tariffs will affect prices. Let me give you another brief reason why I just like Trump. I just do. Here are some of the comments he made to Republican lawmakers yesterday about tariffs and taxes. Give me video 3.
America is going to be very rich again, and it's going to happen very quickly. It's time for the United States to return to the system that made us richer and more powerful than ever before. Do you know the United States in 1870 to 1913, all tariffs, and that was the richest period in the history of the United States, relatively speaking. In other words, relatively. And they set up the Great Tariff Commission of 1887, and this commission had one function: what to do with all the money that we took in. It was so enormous that they had no idea. It was a blue ribbon committee. It was set up 1887, and what to do with all of the money that we had. And again, Teddy Roosevelt was a beneficiary because when McKinley was killed, he took over this vast sum of money, and he did all of those national parks and all of the other things. And I'm not knocking him, but he was given a vast amount of money. And that was all made through tariffs. We had no income tax. The income tax came in 1913. As I said in my speech last week, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich foreign nations, we should be tariffing and taxing foreign nations to enrich our citizens. Does that make sense, right?
Now, we were sold free trade. We were told Republicans support free trade. I will tell you what I support. I support American free trade. American, from this line to this line, not Mexico. I do not support the North American Free Trade Agreement. I do not support it. All right. NAFTA, one of the top 10. And I mean, it may be in the top 5 worst deals to the American workers. All right. The factories that ever happened to this country. NAFTA was a terrible deal. The North American Free Trade Agreement, North American Union, absolutely not. I do not support that. I believe in free trade within the continental United States, Hawaii, Alaska, and our territories. Period. Outside of that, no. The deal is you take X, we will import X. The day of us saying free trade and the world doesn't comply needs to be over. And that's all Trump is telling you. You don't find our cars in Europe. You don't find our cars around the world. You don't find our products around the world. But you find their products here. And when Trump says 25% tariff, no problem, build it here. Trump says 15% tax rate if you come here and manufacture your goods in America. So for all the complaining about the tariffs, I support what Trump's doing. And I support the possibility of tariffs offsetting the taxes we have to pay in this country. You know, they will go around and tell you that Bezos, right? Democrats will campaign. Now listen to this. Listen to this right here. Think about this. Democrats will go around and campaign and tell you Amazon paid 0 taxes, or there's no reason a nurse, and they'll take a woman and put her in, is it Scrubs? Whatever it is, okay? There's no reason a nurse in America pays higher taxes than Jeff Bezos. There's no reason, a firefighter in America pays higher taxes than some corporate CEO, Bernie Sanders, will yell. Okay? Then let's work on something to eliminate that tax on that teacher. Eliminate that. No. Wait a minute. I thought that was a concern. How much they are paying in taxes. Well, yeah, but we don't want to cut theirs. We just want to take more from this group over here. Oh, I get it. See, that's why they hate this man. What if Trump brings in a certain amount of revenue into the Department of Treasury and offsets your taxes out there, school teacher, offsets your taxes out there, Mr. or Mrs. Firefighter, police officer, offset your taxes, Mr. and Mrs. wherever you're working today. So I really do. I like the guy. I like what he stands for. Let me do this because I want to take a break and I want to come back. I want to go through. Trump wants to send our prisoners out of here. Diane, give me number 2. The Trump administration orders sweeping freeze on federal aid. You have had trillions, not even billions. You've had trillions of dollars stolen from you people. I watched this thing this morning and they were talking about, oh my God, they may stop funding to SNAP. And SNAP is a food program for, children in poverty, and oh my God, children could be hungry this afternoon. Folks, you have sent billions of dollars, equaling trillions, through NGOs and other places, through grants that have been stolen. They take the mafia, the organized crime, taking their cut off the top has nothing to do with the theft that has happened to you and I in this country. And they're freezing it. They're freezing it, and they're going to say, where's the money going to? Who is getting the money? How many people are stealing it off the top? Who's getting their cut? Who's getting the kickbacks?
Hey, so I found a website this morning that goes along with this. So here is it's Joe is Done it's a nonprofit website, and it shows what these nonprofits have gotten, these NGOs have gotten out of taxpayer money. And so I searched the spreadsheet based on how much money has come from the taxpayer. And look, that's what, $11 billion to the Battelle Memorial Institute. The Global Fund to Fight for AIDS is $5 million, and this is all taxpayer money. The MITRE Corporation has gotten 100% of their income, and that's $2 billion. So I just thought that was interesting.
It's right down the line, and they all scrape theirs at the top. If you have
the Gavi Alliance, which is the national, it's a global vaccine institute. 98% of their income comes from us, and that's $1.8 billion.
And when you have an NGO, that's the reason they do that. That's the reason they said that. Like when the Biden administration, we'll call it an administration, when they would say, we're not giving them Visa cards. We're not paying for this. We're not paying for that. No, they go through these NGOs. And let me say this. If you have a nonprofit organization, the director, you could set the director's salary as high as you want. So you have these people making enormous amounts of money through a nonprofit organization as directors and different people on staff, where you can take all this money in. Diane, I got to get off that. So they're stopping it. They're going to look at things. Yeah, they're going to take a look-see. Going to take a little look-see. Give me number 7. Sunday, 1,179 arrested. Number 9, sanctuary cities. I said this all last year. We have no choice but to go into these cities and clean them out. No choice. Well, I know people that are working in there, and they're good people and working. Folks, we have to go in and we have to clean them out. And some good people are going to get caught up, all right? You throw the net overboard to bring in some tuna. Every once in a while, you get something in the net you didn't expect to catch. Don't know if that made any sense. Georgia, Chicago, Colorado, Newark, New Jersey, Jersey City, Newark, New Jersey. Clean those rat holes out. Pam Bondi, I think number 10. I think she is supposed to be voted on today. I think it's today, maybe tomorrow. Number 11, Pete Hegseth goes to work. He was actually sober. Showed up and said he is ready to put the commander-in-chief's executive orders into plans into place. Number 13, what does a shift mean in the U.S. military? A shift, well, it means no longer training men and women to shower with transgenders and cleaning them out. Could you see Pete Hegseth in the Pentagon today cleaning out DEI, getting the transgenders out, getting their paperwork, get them out of here? There you go. Let's see. Number 18, I'm just going to say this and move on because it's quite controversial. We go through and they go through and basically what they call carpet bomb Gaza, killing thousands. All right. Number 19, Hamas says 8 of the remaining 26 hostages are dead. All right. And when you go back to number 18, they're letting these people return to what? These buildings are all blown up all the way down through there. It's almost like they cleaned up the whole region, and it looks like a nice place for waterfront condos. Just saying. Ooh, just saying. Number 20. Trump cabinet nominees tomorrow will be Loeffler and Kennedy, and Thursday will be Kennedy, Kash Patel, and Tulsi Gabbard. So that's coming up this week. Let's see if I have something else before. Here you go, number 28. I told you this earlier. Google says they will put Mount McKinley and Gulf of America. Number 29, ICE reports 3,500 arrests since Inauguration Day. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I want to talk a little bit about John Fetterman, and then I want to go around the world. There's some things happening around the world. I thought with all the things that are going on right now in America, I better do a little review on some world out there websites, and there's some things happening you need to be aware of. So take a break. When we come back, John Fetterman and a couple notes from around the world that you may be interested in. Take a break.